this is your high frequency one, and it goes over here in the red one. And then these are the two PKE ones, which are the range ones, which when you come close to the car it unlocks, and when you go away it locks the car. So there are two of them. One has a long wire and one has a short wire. So it's very important that you use the long wire, obviously, for the one that goes to the back towards your trunk or your back window. So use that one for the long wire, and for the short one is basically you could put it over here. So what I did was like, I'll show you the path which I chose. It went from here all the way here, all the way here from the column. Like, you could take this out, and you probably be careful. I believe there's an airbag over here, so be careful not to puncture or blow up the airbag or something. Just take it out carefully and just tuck it in. Keep on tucking it in. I did the same thing with this keypad. You can see the wires over here, but it's still tidy. And the sensor wire, the PKE, the first one is over here, all the way on the top. Probably can't see it. Let me see. So it's all the way back here, but I really tucked it in, so you can't really see that one too. So it's pretty well hidden. And the other one is I went from here on top, from here right here. I went all the way from here, and you see this curve. Like, I basically tucked the wire in so I don't have to take anything out, and it looks like neat. You can't really tell, right? So all the way from here to same thing in the back over there in the window. In this side, I tucked it in, so no, it's not visible, but it's still the sensor works properly because I checked it. So everything is well hidden, everything is tucked in, and it looks like professional. And the wire goes over here, like these two are for that, and this one is for the memory pad, the touchpad, sorry, and it goes over here, and I guess same route over here. Like, you can see it a little bit over here from here. Okay, now you don't, because I tucked it in. Everything is pretty good. So that's the way basically you want to keep it, if keep it clean and professional. And so let's get down to the next step. So basically I talked about these, where you want to put it, and this is for the pad, that password keypad. So that's about it. I mean, you could read the rest of the stuff, how to set it up and all that. I'm just showing you the basics so you know how to put it and how to deal with it. So this is the main harness, the orange. So basically over here we're going to use the orange one for the accessory, the white one for the ignition one, the brown one we're not going to use because we don't have an ignition 2 wire. So over here we're going to use the red one, these two reds for the constant 12, and the yellow one for the start wire. So I'll just show you over here. So basically we have 3 red wires which have 12 constant volt, and this black wire, basically we don't have the second ignition, so we have a starter wire, and the green one is our ignition 1 wire, and the purple one in the back, you can see, is our accessory wires. And we're gonna do the connections accordingly. So basically so let me see. So this orange one, the accessory wire, is gonna go to the purple wire of the car, and the white wire, the ignition 1 wire, is going to go to the green wire of the car. The brown we skip, we don't have to use this wire. So the red, I'm going to use I used one red for one red of the car, and the other red to the other red of the car, because I have 3, so I could use 2 of them instead of putting on both of them onto the same wire. So, and the yellow one is the black wire on the car. It's either black or black yellow depending on your vehicle. So okay, that one is also covered. So the next step is basically, so we got that, and now over here, this is this is more important for the transponder, the one where if you see the transponder, I don't know where I put that one, but it's it basically says the blue wire of the transponder. This is called the transponder. The blue wire, which says to the status, to the negative status output or ground of the starter kit. So basically, this, if I have a shock sensor right here, so that's why I don't have this wire. So I'm gonna have to create a ground while running wire in order to connect that with the blue wire of the transponder. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry about that. It's not transponder. Transponder is the one that is present on the key, which gives the signal out for the car to basically start. But sorry, this thing is called the immobilizer bypass. Sorry about that. But basically, the blue wire coming out of this one, immobilizer bypass, connects to the ground wire running wire of the starter kit. But because, like I said, this one doesn't have a ground wire running wire, so we're gonna have to create a ground wire running wire using a relay. So I'll show you how it's done. So you see, basically, oops, sorry. So this is the relay which I used. Okay, so this one I'm not using. This is the 87A. You don't need this. These are the two grounds which are going over here to my ground, and this yellow one I connected it to the that's the one that's being connected to the starter kits. I'm sorry, to the immobilizer transponder. Okay, and basically that's how it's done. And yep, the white one is the white one that's coming here. They said it's better to connect it with the accessory one, so I connected with the orange wire of the starter kit. So that's basically you're gonna get the when it's gonna turn on, the accessory is gonna turn on. It's gonna send a 12 volt, and then it's gonna be converted to a negative pulse. The ground running wire is gonna give the negative pulse to this, and then it's gonna activate the immobilizer transponder. Okay. So that's basically how I covered that, because if this is not corrected properly, the car is not going to start, because your immobilizer is not working. It's not going to sense it because it doesn't have a GWR. Okay, so right here is basically, these are the brown wires which you're going to use for the parking lights, and like I said, you're going to need a relay for that. So this is the one, like if you see over here, I have like these are the two brown wires which are connected to the relay wire which I used over here. It's gonna go all the way here. Just follow that, and these two are, one of them is gonna be ground, I put over here, and the other one is going to right here, the switch. So you're gonna have to take this panel out and take this switch out and make the connections. So that's for this. You're gonna have to follow that diagram which I showed you over here to make the connections, and just be sure you connect the right wires. Okay, so this is the one which you're going to use for these two brown wires using a relay. Okay, so yeah, it says black for the light switch, and like I said, might need a relay. Okay, so I did write some stuff, but I made some adjustments which I'm also telling you, so don't completely go by this. Also listen to what I'm saying. So white, black. So this is basically the central locking system wires. These I'm going to tell you in the later pages, but right now you can skip these. And so the pink wire is going to the output factory horn. So we have the brown red horn wire. So it's right here. So this one is the brown red, you can see, and this is a pink wire. So this is, it's basically, I'm making like all these wires, I made connections, proper connections. So it's just like, I'm gonna tell you quickly how these went. So this is the GPS. We didn't really use that. I don't need that because my system has its own GPS, so I didn't really need that. So foot brake. Now this was the hard one to get. Orange wire from the starter kit to the foot positive wire, which is the brown gray wire. Okay.